Amendment number 4, Vikki Slade PPC for Mid Dorset and North Poole.
Conference. We all know our mantra, and this Amendment 4 speaks to all three parts. We must build a stronger economy, and this needs our young people to be well educated, motivated and able to compete in a global market. We strive to develop a fairer society, and for this, all children and young people deserve to be treated equally. And we believe in creating opportunity for everyone. But currently, that seems to include a caveat of unless you live in a small town or in the countryside. At the Liberal Democrat Education Association Fringe today, we were reminded of the wording in some of our policies. Education sets us free, and children should not be limited by who their parents were. Perhaps we should add, or where they live. I am delighted that the age of participation in education has now risen to 18. I am pleased that schools and colleges are creating inspiring courses to provide useful education and training choices that reduce the risk of our young people falling into a cycle of dependency and underachievement. But how can it be right for us not to join the dots and ensure that those young people who were eligible for free transport by virtue of how far they lived from their education suddenly are no longer eligible for that their younger brothers and sisters still enjoy? Conference, I recognise there is a cost, but everything worth having is worth paying for. We cannot put a price on the opportunity for the young. We cannot discriminate against rural communities that are already hanging on by their fingertips, being denied community facilities, shops, doctors and buses that serve their communities. How can we hope to sustain rural communities if families can't get their children to school and push their son or their daughter into a job with some training when they have the ability and the ambition for A-levels or the desire for a career that demands a full-time college course? But they can't because they can't afford £400 a term for that bus pass. This amendment does not deny the young person's concession. Indeed, both Julia and I have worked over at least a year on developing this plan. And we do recognise the concerns by Baroness Kramer and David Laws about the costs. We know that funds are tight, but we are growing again. We are coming out of recession, and we should show a commitment to those families who need this. They do not have a commercial bus service or even a subsidised bus service in their community. Conference, we are not asking for a blank cheque. We are asking simply to extend the school buses and provide the cost of transport to an education facility, not every education facility. We cannot be the party of opportunity and at the same time deny the students of Dorset, Northumberland, Cheshire and Shropshire the right to continue their education without barriers. I urge you to support our amendment and equalise the right of a child to an education to 18 with the responsibility to fund access to that education. Thank you.
Thank you very much. After the next speaker, we're moving to the votes on the amendments on the motion.